It was actually a weekend full of actions and a weekend of bitter and sweet in a way for Nigerian sports lovers as the 20 guys and girls couldn't really fly high out there in their various competitions. And on that note, I will be welcoming you to the show this morning, 360 Sports, with me, Emmanuel Fashime. I will not be doing it alone, but before then, you saw a video where Plateau United and Abia Warriors actually were doing what they know how to do in the Nigerian Premier Football League. Unfortunately, both teams didn't qualify for the Super 6 that is going on right now in Lagos at the Mobology Johnson Arena right there in Lagos, where the 6 teams, the likes of Rivers United, unbeaten Bedell Insurance, Lobby Stars, Sunshine Stars, Remo Stars, Eva, are doing battle to see who wins the crown for the 2022-2023 league season of the MPFL. Let's see who wins it, and it's day 2. But before we go to that story, we have to take this first story on athletics, where S.A. Brumen wins at World Athletics Continental Tour. She is brimming with fire. She started the season brilliantly, and to tell you the truth, these lads are ready for Budapest this year, where the World Championship will be coming up. And I have Isaac Omidiji all the way from Niger State joining me on the show 360 this morning. Isaac, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Okay, straight to our first story this morning, where S.A. Brume actually did very well over the weekend, winning at the Athletics Continental Tour to actually show her readiness for Budapest. This is a lady who actually won a medal at the Olympics, and now she's not resting on her ORs. I think if you say by this feat this time around, how well prepared is she for Budapest? But look at this record this time around, Isaac.
I think Issa is very, very prepared. She's one of those athletes that are giving their best to training and preparations for the bigger stage. I remember she started from the Botswana
Grand Prix
early this year, where she got 6.77. Yes, 6.77
meters jump.
Went to France, she got 6.88, and that was just barely 3 days before even getting this feat.
Yeah.
6.821. So you can see the improvement. You can see the improvement. You can see that she has been beating even the best in the game. So she's well prepared for Budapest, and I will not be surprised if she will still be either the first or the second Budapest, because I don't see her going outside the podium. She definitely be on the podium. And don't forget that Faith Soro. Soro did very, very well, massively well. So I think these lads are encouraged. They have good managers, they have good agents, they have good coaches, and for themselves, they also have good mindsets.
Yeah.
And good that they are, trying to maximize all opportunities, all avenues to compete with the best for getting to Budapest.
Okay, if you look at it, not just for, you mentioned Faith Usoro, we also have the likes of Toby Amuson. We have our own male, let's not forget our male, Okwevo, Natanya, and the rest of them. Now, if you put all of our athletes together this time around, and with their achievement at the just concluded NCCA, you see what Faith of Philly, they qualified in the 200 meters and the rest. Now, put all of these together in Budapest. Do we actually stand it? Because if we want to go by what our athletes are doing right now, we should be coming back like, let's say, at most 8 gold medals.
Yes, I would be disappointed if we don't get that, because these lads have done so very well in preparatory games, preparatory championship, and for them not to compete well in Budapest, we had, put so many question marks on what they've done so far this year. So for them to consolidate on what they've done, good preparation championship, good records, personal and even national and even African best, they must do well in Budapest. And I don't want to put much pressure on these lads, but let them go out there, compete with another set of bests. They've been competing with the best in this championship, but you know what is at stake at Budapest. You see the best of the best. So let them try out their luck, their strength, and their skills. And I believe that even if they don't get the gold medal, they will definitely be on the podium.
Definitely be on the podium. Congratulations to S.A. Brume and every Nigeria athlete out there that is doing us proud. The likes of Chukwuebuka Inekwechi and the rest of them who has also qualified. Right now we have almost about 10 Nigerians, if not if 11 that has qualified for the World Championship that will be happening in Budapest. And congratulations to every one of them. We are just looking forward to their great performance come in a few months time when they will land in Budapest there, right there in the World Championship. Let's move away from that story and come back home and look at the MPFS Super 6. They say it is made for the champions. Match day one has come and gone over the weekend. We had some, okay, let me say mixed result for some, good result for some. And for Rivers United, they are not just resting on their oars. They actually want to defend their title. They've been dubbed the Manchester City of Nigerian football. Can they actually do that? Can they defend their title? You know, when it comes to Nigerian Premier League, it's not easy for you to win it and defend it. So maybe Rivers United want to prove Okrit is wrong and say, okay, we can do it. We are the big boys. That is the result on the screen. Match day one. Enyimba played the first match that went down was around 2 p.m. They played 2-2 with Remo Stars. Remo Stars came behind twice to actually get a draw in that match. All praises was going to Junior Lokosa, a man who has traveled far and wide and came back home to also continue in the Nigerian Premier Football League. And then Rivers United pipped Sunshine Stars, courtesy of a Bubeduru spot kick. In that game, 1-0 it ended, and the unbeatable Bendel Insurance, almighty Bendel Insurance, Benin Arsenals as they are called, goalless with Lobby Stars. These guys are not just resting, they are still in the FA Cup. Big one, big one, big one. Isaac, look at the result. What was your surprise?
Well, I think no surprise at all, because you'll have thought that any club will have gotten 3 points over Remo Stars. But if you look at what Remo has done, they're not a team to write off at all. And that's also showing the way they came back twice to get a draw. Remember the last one, the last goal they scored was at the dying minutes of that particular game.
Yes, of course.
The worry is better insurance. Now, why am I worried about better insurance? They have not been beaten this season. They have just unbeaten, right?
Yes, of course.
Most of the games, they have drawn. So, I mean, a championship like Super 6, you don't need to draw matches. You need to win matches to top the group. Remember, only one champion will match.
Of course.
If you continue the drawing spirit, you will not get anything from Super 6. I remember what's at stake: 100 million naira for the winner. So I think I'm tipping either Enyimba, it's clearly either Enyimba or Rivers United to get this particular Super 6. Remember the last time Super 6 was played, Enyimba clinched it. But Rivers United are also not resting on the half, and they're trying to do everything possible to ensure that they get the trophy again. But games are still continuing today, continuing on Wednesday. So many games still on the cards to play for these lads. Let's see how it goes. But for a better insurance, they must change their attitude, their mentality from drawing games. Because in the championship like Super 6, drawing games will not favor you.
Okay, drawing games will not favor you. Okay, let me take you straight. You've already mentioned it. Day 2 actions will be happening today. Let's have the fixtures on the screen, where we'll have the 2 matches that will be coming up. We'll have Lobby Stars against Enyimba that played draw with Remo Stars. Then Rivers United that beat their counterpart Sunshine Stars 1-0 against Remo Stars, and then Bendel Insurance will be playing Sunshine Stars. Let me say they are the whipping boys on the standings because they have no point at all. Now look at the fixtures. Which of the fixtures are you looking forward to?
Rivers United Remo Stars. Yes, I'm looking forward to that particular game because Remo Stars play a brand of football that is very unique. And this is Rivers United that won their first game. They want to consolidate and get additional 3 points. But you know, the more points you get, the more the chances of you winning the Super 6. So maybe Enyimba is also a top game to look out for. But I would rather go for Rivers United and Remo Stars because Remo, on any day, they impresses me so much because of their gallantry, their skills, their organization, and the way they play. So I'm looking forward to that particular game. That will be the second game. It will be Enyimba with 2 p.m. Rivers game, while Insurance and Treasure Stars will go for the last game of the day.
6 p.m.
That goes, but I'm looking forward to Rivers United Remo Stars.
I think they are somehow maybe favoring Bendel Insurance with the time, because their second game now, they will playing it the last game of the day by 6 p.m. The other day they moved their game to 7 p.m. And you know, when it's night game, it's always favorable. The weather is also always cool, except maybe when rain is falling. But as it stands right now, I think Bendel Insurance is actually enjoying the weather right there. But they've gotten their first game was a goalless draw. Let's see what happens in today's game. I'm just looking forward to all the 3 games. I think the Super 6 this time around, well organized, better organization, better officiating, and let's just maybe 1 or 2 mistakes from the referees. But at the end of the day, I think we've had good games. I saw all the 3 games. It was a good one. Good one. Congratulations to IMC for putting up this organization. Let it continue to the end. All the matches, the first match will be coming up by 2 p.m. Followed, the second match will be by 4 p.m. and then the last match of the day will be by 6 p.m. That is Bendel Insurance and Sunshine Stars. You can just go out there, be sure to get it on your screen. They are showing it. I think IMC have a deal with one company. I don't want to do PR for them. If they want PR, they should come and pay. But at the end of the day, you are going to see all these matches on your screen. Let's move away from that story and head straight to Argentina, where our own, I will call them almighty Flying Eagles, because it was the better team that actually lost that game to the Koreans. They fluffed their lines, they had their chances, they couldn't take it, and they were punished by just that long goal. Isaac Omidiji, you never gave this team this chance to even get to the quarterfinal.
True, I never did. And to be sincere, I think some of the displays so far really proved some of my opinions wrong. I think the boys probably heard what I said and decided, no, we could prove this guy wrong. They were very gallant, they were resilient. However, initially I also agreed that the best team lost yesterday. But again, I have it on a second thought. If you're actually the best team, you should have qualified. So I think the best team won. Remember, our major problem yesterday was that we couldn't convert our chances. We should have buried these Koreans even before the 90 minutes full time. We should have buried that game and buried it successfully. Because in all departments of the game, the Flying Eagles were better, except being clinical in front of goal. And the only chance they Korea, remember, they got just 1 shot on target.
Yes, of course.
On target. We had 6 shots, I think, yes, on target, Flying Eagles, but couldn't convert any. And Emmanuel didn't really do well in his striking position. You see, Emmanuel and Salim Fago are good attackers, but they are not clinical finishers. They are not guys that can finish games. They are not those athletic strikers you look forward to. And that goes to show that even at this group, at this young stage, at this junior stage, we can't be able to solve the problem of goal scoring. That was only the problem of goalkeeping. We can't be able to solve the problem of goal scoring because these are some of the players we'll be looking up to, and they will qualify for the 3 and probably for the Super Eagles. So I think yesterday they did very well. They made a statement by even eliminating almost Argentina. And the South Koreans realized that the Flying Eagles were more stronger when it comes to pace and physique. So decided to sit back, defend, and eat the Eagles on the counter. That didn't work for them for the 90 minutes, but it eventually worked. And when it did, they were so disciplined in their defense line that all the firepowers of the Flying Eagles players, they didn't bring them down.
I was so disappointed in that game because we had all the chances in the world. Most usually, Emmanuel, the culprit, had a sitter where we would have buried that game. He missed his chances. Now, Isaac, let's look at this team in general. What's your opinion? Should this team be disbanded, or they should be put together and probably graduate some of them into the Super Eagles?
Disbanded, no. Let them continue to be, probably once they were occasionally brought back to friendly matches. Let's see how even invitational tournaments or their age grade can even be used to also develop them. You see, Benjamin Fredericks as well as Oguchi, the center of defense, are future good central defenders for the Super Eagles if they continue to improve on their games. And you see, the likes of Eletu, Jaga, Sanke that we missed so much yesterday because of illness. Oh my God, all those guys are very, very good. But my problem now is I hope after this tournament, you will not find the likes of Dada, the likes of Benjamin Fredericks, the likes of Oguche, are very, very good. Going to Cyprus to play games.
I don't think so.
Going to Malta to play for a club. Going to Jamaica to play for a club where you will never see or hear about them again. And that's how they're telling to go. Go to a club where you can develop.
Okay.
To a little from AC Milan.
Yes, of course.
You will not be surprised this season you'll be breaking into the first team proper of AC Milan. So let these guys be well managed. Let their next moves be well known. Don't go to some mushroom countries that are not even better than Nigeria.
Okay, don't go to some
Water, going to funny countries that don't have pedigree in
football. Okay, I think the Flying Eagles player are actually hearing you right now, but I can tell you for free that some of them have been scouted by the big teams in Europe, the likes of Fredericks, Daga that you mentioned. That is one fantastic player that I actually liked. I think we've seen a replacement for Wilfred Ndidi. If Wilfred Ndidi decide to hang his boot in the Super Eagles, Daga is in the corner waiting to just take over, and we have fantastic player. And Igboso has already gotten a deal in Ukraine, where a Ukrainian team has signed him already, I think on a 4-year deal. And for other players, I think they have they have the scouts on ground who actually want to snap these guys away. And I know one big team is actually gunning for Fredericks and the rest of them. So congratulations to the Flying Eagles. They bow out gallantly, even though they lost to the Koreans. They were the better side of. They were the better side on the night, because I actually wanted to see them in the semi-final, but so far so good. They've done their best. I think they should be coming back home gallantly. We defeated the almighty Argentina, the host of the competition, but at the end of the day, we lost to Koreans. But well, that is football for you. You win some and you lost some. But for NFF, don't disband this team. Put them together, graduate them into the Super Eagles. You are sure of winning laurels with a side. Let's move away from Argentina and come back home and come back to Africa, where our own other 20 teams for the women right now also lost the final. It was a penalty shootout against the host Ghanaians. It ended 1-1 regulation time, where Sebastian has to equalize for us at the dying moment of that game. We went straight to penalty shootout. I don't know what happened. We missed all our 3 spot kick, and they were able to convert theirs, and they have been crowned the champions Wafubi tournament under 20 for women 2023. Isaac, this came as a shocker to me, Isaac.
Yes, it also came as a shocker to me, because if you remember the first game we played and they trashed Nigeria, like 7 goals to nothing. I think we spoke on the same program, and after that particular game, I told you that that's nothing as far as I'm concerned. You cannot be playing Nigeria and scoring 7 goals and you expect them to come out to play the game. We want to play the in African football. I want to talk of big girls, talking of Ghana, South Africa, Cameroon, Morocco. These are the big girls. Even Ivory Coast are also trying to come up now. These are the big girls. And when we eventually got the opportunity to play the big girls, we fought her. We fought her. And all those goal scoring machines that we had in the team couldn't even, succeed in getting so many goals that they have gotten previously. And now you say that when we test ourselves again, the better side, it didn't come out well. But it's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. I hope they have learned their lessons, and I hope they will know that beating Niger and other countries that don't have any pedigree yet in female football on the continent shouldn't be something they should celebrate and forget that there is a bigger task ahead. We should know that even on the continent, even the supercons are no longer the great supercons we know them to be. Morocco, South Africa, Cameroon, Ghana, Equatorial Guinea,
Zambia. Okay, it's not a bad one. They won the silver medal right there, but at the end of the day, they've qualified for the under 20 AFCON for the women that will be coming up later this year. But so far so good. Wanted the gold, but that is where it is. It is football. Anything can happen when it is football. And quickly before we go, let's go straight to Italy, where our own superhero, Superman, I call him, Victor Osimhen, has been has won the highest goal scorer award, the first African to actually do this in Serie A. We have the likes of Obafemi Martins and the rest of them who played there, Kanu Nwankwo. But for Victor Osimhen, he has made the difference. He is the king of goals in the Italian Serie A, and it's a massive, massive achievement for Victor Osimhen. Isaac, this young man has done it again for himself and for Nigeria.
He has proven to be very hungry for success, and has gotten success, especially with the club side, Napoli. And for the young man, I think he will still bang in more goals. He will continue to bang in goals wherever he goes. But I think his next move is a big test and a big call, Victor Osimhen.
A big call.
If you ask me personally, I would wish he would remain at Napoli, get a better deal, get improved contract, and stay at Napoli. Continue to bank in the goals. Napoli might not even win the league next season, but hey, with what Victor has done in Italy, he needs to do it again. But if he needs to move, he should watch where he's going to, so that he will not end up not being a player that only succeeded in the Italian Serie A and gets to a bigger club and he couldn't do it. Because to have played for Napoli, he's playing with a small club.
Yes, of course.
The likes of Diego Maradona, a club that has also won the Scudetto. So it's not a small club, and he contributed immensely to the success of Napoli this season. So kudos to Victor. He has proven to be a go-getter, and if you remember his history where he came from, you know that yes, this guy has broken all records to be one of the best in the world.
To be one of the best in the world. We'll leave it there, Isaac. That is how far we can go on the show. Isaac, thanks for joining me on the show all the way from Niger State.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel.
All right, thanks for watching. I am Emmanuel Fashimi.